Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our next round of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer One-Shot Tournament. In this race, we've got a little bit of a mix, a little bit of a change of pace here. On the left side, we have Tomajo J versus Classic Gamer, and on the right, we have two different runners that are not actually racing each other, but are still part of the tournament with Paradox and Macabra. The situation is that their two opponents, unfortunately, are out of the game for one reason or another. We do not know. But either way, these two runners need to at least finish their run. So we're going to showcase them here in a little bit of fun and give them a chance to race each other unofficially. So with that, my name is The Shades, and joining me is my co-commentator for this run, Great White Hope. Hope, how we doing?
It's taken us a bit of time to, get started up, but overall, look, we got everybody up. They are all very good at this game, so I think we are in for a treat.
Indeed, and we've gotten the signal at this time, ready to go here. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Mushroom Kingdom, I once again ask you, are you ready for some rando? And here we go, starting things off. Oh, we're going right into the World 2 to start things off, Desert Stage. And we're starting right with our Fortress run.
World 2 can be very fast if you get it later in a run, and you have some hammers stockpiled up, but starting it off, we'll probably see the whole thing. Especially with the item being a star. That's not going to, that's not a game changer.
Not yet, but it can come in handy, especially if you get Hammer Brothers stages. And wow, already getting some early, some sweet vanilla going on in here, in this manner of speaking.
What is a World 2 level doing in World 2? This is nonsense.
And right off the bat, we see some sync action going between Paradox and Macabre, just blazing through these stages right off the bat. And as far as our actual race is concerned, it looks like a little bit they're taking their sweet time, making sure they don't cause too much trouble here. But it looks like Tapatios has a decent lead going in here.
He looks like he's up about just a little bit, not that much.
Indeed. Both our right two runners here working their way through the fortress. Good old Boom Boom, and everyone's favorite mini boss.
Yeah, if you handle Boom Boom normally, he's pretty easy. But if you let him get a little bit of momentum, he can be a pain real quick.
Oh yeah, that's why it's always nice to have a Fire Flower here going into Boom Boom, so you can just blow him out of the water without him getting a chance. We got an Ice World stage here. Moving on into 2-3.
It does have the sun sneaking back there, though.
Oh, that deadly... Ooh, clutch dodge there by Macabre as he gets to the end.
Yeah, very close to losing his precious Fire Flower. Oh, Classic Gamer was fighting a Hammer Bro. I didn't notice what item he picked up.
I missed that as well. But he's already onto the pyramid stage, which has actually given him a lead over the entire race so far. So very good routing here by Classic Gamer.
Must have been a hammer then.
Most likely. And took advantage of it really quickly. Again, it's the kind of, when it comes to stuff like this, you got to route yourself accordingly and decide what gambles to make. And you can see Classic Gamer routing correctly and making a gamble on the Hammer Brother, and it paid off for him, taking the lead from all four of our runners, as he is already on his way to the airship stage. And Macabre now coming up behind him, grabbing that star there at the end card.
Yeah, I can see on Classic Gamer the rock is missing, so it was definitely a hammer.
Oh, and gets a P-Wing from the Hammer Brother. Very helpful item. Especially with some of the tougher stages, you can just fly right over and skip it, but he's on his way to the airship. What will be our first boss today?
Very kind Hammer Bros in this seed so far.
You got a Skyworld stage here from Tapatio. Oh, some Karibo shoes. Always fun items to get, even though they're not as helpful as they used to be. And we've got Morton Cooper Jr. as our first boss here with a one-hit kill.
All right, that means we get no information. We don't know if 2 earthquakes are still out there, and we don't know if the giant jump is still out there.
Indeed, we've got our first end cards here for both Tapatio and Paradox. Getting some early items there, or at least blazing through them. I have one up there for Tapatio. Nicely done.
Okay, Tapatio's gotten 2 items, a star and a 1-up. Let's see what it gives him.
And we got a frog suit from our first boss scanner, and we are on to World 4.
Tapatio got a hammer, so I believe that the stars in the end card game are hammers.
Makes sense. So we're already into World 2, but it's actually World 4 here, so we're going to take the warp pipe, and we're going to start exploring some levels.
Here's a very quick Skyworld stage.
Yeah, you can just see he just blazed all the way to the end there. Didn't even have to try.
I always get... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I always forget about that last enemy right before that pipe. And I always just run my face right into it. Ooh, Classic Gamer is ignoring the card game. Knowing what we do, that there are hammers in there, that could be a very
back
big
to
mistake.
haunt him later. We'll see if that comes into play.
Well, with 2 hammers, Tapatio is going to be able to catch up very quickly, knowing that World 4 is right here. We know that he's going to be able to skip right to the fortress.
And it could be very helpful for him if he plays his cards right. But we'll see as Classic Gamer finishing up his next stage there.
Macabre has just finished World 1, and Paradox is marching on, about to start the fight.
Yeah, but again, it'll be just as quickly finish it. Boom, 1 shot, 1 kill. Down goes Morton. Very nice fight from all 4 of our runners there. Nice way to start things off. Let's see if we can continue that pace. Now remember, folks, all 4 of our runners, plus all the other runners that are currently in this tournament, are currently running the exact same seed. So whatever you see in here, you're seeing our other runners on the other channels doing the same thing. No, Macabre with a fall.
First few times I ever played a rando, I never ran into the airship, and ever since those first few, it seems like it always pops up.
Oh, and he takes a bite from the afterburner.
Well, fortunately for him, he can afford to just go casual. He just needs to finish within the 90-minute time limit.
Very true. So he can afford to take a few deaths. He is in no rush. All he has to do is finish. Because his opponent, unfortunately, Human Mustard, was unable to return for the next race, so he is out. So as long as Macabre can finish, he can win. Same with Paradox. And he finally gets through and takes on Boom Boom. Nicely done there. And meanwhile, Classic Gamer now onto a desert stage.
And Tapatio has just finished the fortress. So he's probably about half a level behind at this point. Maybe a full level.
No, not half a level, it looks like, because he's just now, or close to it. He's just starting the stage that Classic Gamer just finished. So they are pretty close right now. It's not too bad.
But Tapatio does have the not only does he have a hammer in stock, but he also knows that there are more hammers potentially to be found in the card game.
Very true. All right. Classic Gamer going to take on these giant hammer brothers. Let's see what he gets out of it. And, yeah, only a music box. Not quite helpful there.
That'll help save a stage in when Pipe World pops up.
That's true. And got a star band there for Paradox.
Tapatio went back to get a P-Wing. He'll be happy with sacrificing a little bit of time at a star to get one of those.
Oh yeah, P-Wing allows you to fly over any stage pretty much. That's not a bad call to make. Though he is going to pay for it with a swimming level, which will slow you down immensely unless you have the frog suit. So, unfortunately, it's going to cost him a little bit of time, but then again, it costs the same amount of time for Classic Gamer, so as long as he doesn't die, he should be just fine. As Classic Gamer now heading into a fortress.
Classic Gamer in the, I think the most infamous of the fortresses. The fortress that, at least for me, I least like to see. But the fact that they both should have plenty of P-Wings in stock should mean that
well, you say that.
Classic Gamer using a second P-Wing.
That's going to cost him here. And yeah, Fortress 7-2.
Ooh, and
not a fun fortress to deal with.
Tapatio just died to large hammer brothers. So both people in our race are having some trouble.
Yeah, this race is not being kind to either of them, unfortunately. But he does get through, gets his music box.
All that, he's got to be unhappy knowing that he went through that time and took a death and spent his frog suit all to... Ooh, but he does unlock the a card game. 2 flowers, so we'll be able to find out what... If he can find another star, he will be in business. He gets a mushroom as well.
Yeah, and there's another star.
Okay, we'll see if he gets the coins as well. He might clear the board.
Nope, not quite. But he's guaranteed to clear it next time he pulls that up. As both Paradox and Macabre finishing up their fortress stages. So they are onto the airship, which is where Classic Gamer is now. Let's see what boss we're fighting this time.
Well, still no earthquakes, and I think based on Paradox's fight, I don't believe that Morton was doing the small jumps that are seen with the earthquake Koopa, so I think we do still have 2 quakes left out there.
That'll be interesting to see.
The ever infamous earthquake Wendy is still in play.
Ooh, that's a deadly combination right there.
Tapatio, though, seems to have no trouble with the fortress, only spending a leaf to do it, and he's spending another leaf for this. So I suppose he probably got those from the flowers in the card game. And classic swimming level coming up.
Another swimming level. These levels not playing nice.
And the pipes in World 6 are not playing nice either, so it's going to be a World 6.
You kind of hope that the pipes will take you at least halfway across the world so you don't have to deal with all of these levels, but like we saw last run, that's exactly what happened. But here, not quite so lucky, so we're gonna have to do this the hard way.
Yes, part of the fun of the randomizer. Pipes will take you. In some worlds, it turns you into a maze. In some worlds, it takes what is meant to be a death for
Paradox taking a bit from the blooper there.
It takes what is meant to be somewhat of a continue in the normal game and turns it into a complete shortcut. To finish my train of thought.
Oh, and another star there for Tapatio from the Hammer Brothers. Nicely done there. Going to have to complete the fortress, though, in order to continue on.
Tapatio had, even though he didn't get a full shortcut from the pipe, he did choose to use a hammer. Most likely because he knows that there are hammers waiting in the card games for him.
Yeah, so like we said earlier.
So he is right now a little bit ahead, thanks to choosing to do the card games, which Classic Gamer chose to skip. And
yeah, he's now taking the lead.
If Classic Gamer loses this race, which is far from a certainty, there's still a ton of game left to go, but Classic Gamer will be kicking himself if he loses by a little bit for not going back and checking the game.
Oh, do you see what stage Paradox is at?
This stage can be very... Paradox got lucky because with there being a Karibo shoe up there, I have seen most of the time the Karibo shoe being up there means that it wants to jump down. And if it's jumping down, there is no time to react. You cannot dodge it.
So he got lucky on that one, but he gets through. And that is one of the most infamous stages, especially in vanilla. Good lord, that stage is infamous in vanilla.
Yes, when I was a kid, that stage would cause me a lot of trouble. Tapatio's looking to finish off the card game.
And he does, and Paradox and Macabre also looking to complete the card game as well. And it looks like, well, Paradox not quite, and neither is Macabre, but they're still going to get through. And we got another swimming level here for Tapatio.
And Classic Gamer picks up another music box. This swimming level, though, isn't too bad because thanks to being able to go above that area, you can generally skip a lot of the swimming, especially if you have a leaf. You can get yourself some flight.
Yeah, we had World 1-1 here for Classic Gamer, but it had a Boss Bass waiting for him, but thankfully he gets through without too much trouble. That Boss Bass can be brutal.
Tapatio is probably going to just take care of some Hammer Bros, hoping he gets some good items. Probably
And
not.
only gets a music. Not a music box. That's not what he's hoping for.
Classic Gamer picks up a hammer, though.
Oh.
So presumably Tapatio will be getting one too. And the
Yep.
more hammers that show up from the Hammer Bros, the better it is for Classic Gamer, I would imagine, because it limits the damage that can be done from not knowing that the card game has a hammer in it. Because if you run into, say, Skyworld, World 5, without a hammer and your opponent does, that is a lot of time that you're going to have to find a way.
Game changer right there. Alright, so both of our main runners getting through. I believe this is a Skyworld stage, probably one of the more fun ones, because it's the one with Karibo's shoe.
Yes. Yes, it is. I think it might be 5. It might be 5-2. Or not 5-2. It might be 5-3, but I might be wrong on that. I think it's a land one. I think it's a land one.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the land stages for sure. And we got another Fortress stage now.
Fortress 1 and Tapatio, and both of our main runners actually leave, so we'll be able to see what.
Ooh, it's a P-Wing! Nice find!
Very good items for both of them, and Classic Gamer slightly ahead, I think. And we have.
Ooh, and look at the coloring on this one.
Yes, this is, I believe, one of the. I believe this is one of the beta levels. I believe in the randomizer it's called a lost level.
Yep.
Which is why it has. These ones have interesting traits, and in randomizers, I don't believe any of the enemies are actually randomized, just because of the nature of how the level works. Oh no, wait, there are some that are randomized. I was wrong. I just remembered the beta auto scroller that we may see at some point.
The Freedom stage here for both of our runners gets another Starman, so there's another hammer unlocked.
Yeah. Tapatio has a lot of frog suits. I think he has 3 on his first row.
So yeah, both of our runners here neck and neck going into Boom Boom here in this Fortress stage. Very impressive battling. It's gonna be close, folks. Who knows who's gonna win this one?
Meanwhile, Paradox is playing with a Fortress with a frog suit, but he has just traded it out for a leaf. He'll be happy to do that when he sees the P-Wing.
Oh, it's basically taking hit from that bullet bill. But he gets his leaf back, flies through. And what boss are we fighting this time? It's Iggy Koopa!
Iggy Koopa, who in randomizers tends to have a lot of graphical glitches.
Oh no!
I was going to say that he has a lot of graphical glitches that actually tend to make him easier, but then Classic Gamer landed himself in an unfortunate spot. He was between a rock and a hard place, and
yeah.
Very unfortunate. That will give Tapatio a slight lead. That'll give him a slight lead.
Yeah, no kidding.
But Classic
Let's see what world we go into next.
Classic Gamer smoothly wins the rematch, though. I believe that was a hammer suit from Princess Toadstool as we head into Pipe World, the first of 3 maze worlds in this in Mario Randomizer. And Tapatio's pipe playing, though, summons a
It's another end card
where he could potentially get another hammer. He got a star, so we will see. Over in the the two who just have to finish. Macabre has just finished World 3, so he will be starting World 4. Classic Gamer now forced to do a card game.
Got another desert stage here from Tapatio with the angry sun looming overhead, and oh, that's the worst place to have the sun right there.
Oh, but he is okay for now. And Classic Gamer got 3 items out of the card game, including a star, which I believe, based on Tapatio's, means that I believe Classic Gamer now has a card game hammer in his pocket. So we will see how that plays out. Let's see where...
Wolfman in the chat. Tapatio, don't give us a heart attack, please. Too late. Oh, he's gonna take a star, man, into the piranha level.
These levels were ones that I never liked as a kid. But now that I've gotten older and more patient, I realized that if you just take your time, just like, then you'll be okay. But Classic Gamer is on the penultimate level. Other people call it the Super Tanks.
And it looks like the pipe that Tapatio tried to use did not pay off. This is one of those levels that can throw you off. You got to find the right pipe to take you to the end, and we don't know which one that's going to be. So this could change the dynamic of this race, especially since Classic Gamer has opted to just defeat the fortress, so he could have found the correct pipe. We'll have to see once he completes the piranha level.
Tapatio was in a little bit of trouble there with a blooper, but managed to escape.
All right, let's see if Classic Gamer took the right call. Not quite. All that work for nothing. Tapatio might be the one on the right track here. This pipe could be the one that takes him to the end, is it? Let's see. Yes, it is.
He has a hammer from the card game, so he will be able to escape out there.
Nicely done. No big boss to worry about in this level, so he's just going to blaze right on through with that P-Wing in play.
Yeah, I was going to say, it appears he uses a P-Wing, in which case the boss bass wouldn't have been much of a threat anyways, but... Oh wait, no, that's not a level with a boss bass.
I thought normally it was.
Is there? I thought that one had... Maybe it does. It's possible I'm confused.
I know it's hard to remember because of all the randomizer elements to it, but I was pretty sure that one had a boss pass. And anyway, on to our fortress here. Oh, it's an underwater fortress. That's going to be fun.
I believe this is the second fortress of World 3. And yes, I have played so much Mario 3 randomizer that I've probably forgotten.
Yeah, because Wolfman's confirming with me, 3-3 does indeed have boss bass in the vanilla game, so my memory has not failed me.
The moment I said no, I was like, well, hold on. maybe I'm wrong.
It happens. Anyway, nice quick fight for a Boo Boom there from Tapatio.
And Tapatio also lined himself up well that he was able to grab the question mark, the stage clear item, whatever it is called, without much trouble. Or rather, immediately. Little time saves here and there.
Tapatio has clear the vine of the piranha level, and he gets himself. Oh, well, there's his hammer replaced.
Yeah. So Tapatio and Classic Gamer will have a hammer in place, and we have 1, 3, 5, and 8 left, and all of those worlds can have, depending on how everything gets laid out, can be very happy that you have a hammer.
Ooh, and Ledwig with the earthquakes, but in a 4-hit takeout, but Tapatio gets through it with no problem.
Okay, so we have 1 earthquake left. Wolfman's right. I could just call it the orb. You know, Classic Gamer will be happy to have picked up a hammer. So Tapatio, at about the halfway point, 25, almost 26 minutes in, has a slight lead, but no item from beating World 4.
No, you get the troll. You get the Bowser troll. As we head into World 3 here.
Deciding if he wants to use the hammer, opting not to.
Deciding it's not worth it, but it gets an end card out of it.
Now, if he gets another hammer out of this card game, maybe he'll reconsider. Okay, so he knows where A-Star is. Can he find the other one? That's
Nope, not this time.
Alright, so we're probably going to see... I guess he's reconsidered anyways. Knowing that he knows where 1 star is, he now knows that he is very close to getting another hammer, so he has, I guess, decided to risk this. It has a 2 in 3 chance of playing out okay. It is a 1 in 3 chance of playing out very well, and a 1 out of 3 chance of playing okay, and a 1 out of 3 chance of being just terrible. Tapatio in one of the two World 7 levels that are
Got the glitch.
Getting the clip very quickly. I need to remember how to do that, and I need to practice that at some point. And Classic Gamer though has a very short level. It's just swim up, go in a pipe, and reach the end.
Yeah, both of our runners pretty much neck and very close to each other right now. Very impressive race from both of our main runners.
Classic Gamer leaving the card game alone, I suppose, figuring that since he got his hammer out of it, done well enough. Now to find out if Tapatio went an okay path.
He did!
He did! Classic Gamer is going to be very unhappy when he finishes his path and discovers that he must go all the way back. Tapatio's gamble pays off.
And he takes on Wendy Okupa. And it's not an earthquake, so no earthquake Wendy for you guys today. Sorry, folks.
Hey, there's still plenty of races left to go today. Obviously, Wendy, I believe, was one hit or maybe 2 in the first round. So she is saving the difficulty for when she knows only the experts are playing.
Maybe we'll get one of the finals, right?
There we go. 5 hit.
5 hit Earthquake Wendy.
5 hit Earthquake Wendy. First time I played a rando, I encountered that.
Yeesh, I feel for you, man.
You know what? I beat it. I mean, my time was really bad, but here we are now going on to World 5. So we know that World 1 will be World 7.
I'm gonna end it off pretty easy, really.
Yep, and Tapatio's probably hoping to spawn a card, get a card game to show up before the end of this world, so he can grab a hammer.
Oh, he's going for the secret exit here. He's going to take the back end. Dodges all the enemies, gets through. What item did he get for his troubles?
Clearly it's a whistle. Toad wouldn't lie.
Nope, it's the anchor.
So we don't know. Paradox has now gotten the clip with the Tanuki suit and Tapatio. I guess because we have I believe our first Boss Bass eat of the race, at least of our featured runners. But Tapatio just chooses to cloud through. And you can use a P-Wing for the world. I forget which fortress this is. Is this world 7? Is this first world 7 fortress, or is this world 8? It might be.
World 8 fortress.
World 8 fortress.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. I don't know stages like the back of my hand, unfortunately. I know that probably upset some of you, but I do my best.
We try. Tapatio has picked up a fire flower to fight Boom Boom. That will save him a little bit of time. And Classic Gamer is attempting to do a clip with the frog suit.
Oh god, this is not going to end well.
Can you do it with the frog suit?
It doesn't look like you can.
I know the frog suit has unusual jump. Oh, he
did it! He pulled it off.
I knew that the frog suit had unusual jumping physics, but it did not appear to give Classic Gamer complete stop. Tapatio's searching for that star and has found it.
He found it, but he forgot where the other one was and he lost it.
That's unfortunate.
Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite him later. But he gets through the Boomerang Brothers pretty easily and gets. Oh, there's your star.
Not the star that Tapatio was hoping for, I don't think.
No, not quite. He gets through another set of Boomerang Brothers. Once this Boomerang disappears, he gets the item, and it's a cloud. Ooh, free level skip. I'll take that.
Yes. Classic Gamer is just starting the fortress. But he will, at least for now, he does, I believe, still have a hammer. So he should be, once he reaches the sky, he should be able to make up a lot of time. If Tapatio's not nearly as far ahead as it would appear.
Perhaps, but I think he's got enough of a lead, considering he's already heading into the sky section of this world, that the catch-up that Classic Gamer could get from using a hammer might not be enough to catch him up.
It's 3 stages, and you've
never... take that away! He still had a hammer.
He still had a hammer? All right, then.
What's that?
I wasn't paying it. I must not have noticed it in his items. I apologize.
So any lead that he could have gotten is long gone.
I thought Tapatio was out of hammers, but Tapatio must have had an extra one that I didn't notice.
It's hard to keep track sometimes, but he gets through. And with this fire flower now, he's...
Paying attention to items like that are why Tapatio is here in the second round, looking strong to reach the third, and I'm doing commentary.
Yeah, he is just blazing through these stages now. He is on track to win this race if he continues at the pace he's going.
Yes. Ooh, Classic Gamer dodges the boss bass, but then gets killed by a piranha, so that is unfortunate. He will do what Tapatio did, though, and cloud his way past.
Watching out for that fire stink there, but he gets the star, man, so that's going to help him finish this level up. Nicely done there by Tapatio. As Macabre now working on to the airship stage there in World 5.
Tapatio using a star to beat some Hammer Bros and getting his star right back. As,
almost got 2 1-ups out of that, but couldn't quite get the second one. He's going to go in frog suit here for this next stage. Will that be the right call? Nah. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's another version of this stage, so he's going to try the clip again. He's got to do it with the frog suit. Nope, never mind. He's going in.
No, he appears to be suiciding.
Yeah, he's going for a sacrifice. Now he knows what he needs to do.
Or he could use his cloud.
No, he's going to use his leaf, which might be a better setup. And he gets it first try!
Very nicely played. A very well-timed intentional death and recovery.
That takes him onto the airship stage. He's got a commanding lead here as Classic Gamer is only just getting to the tower, whereas Tapatio is already at the airship, so the lead is clearly in his favor. Can he hold it going forward?
Especially with 2 relatively short worlds left to go, there is not much time for Classic Gamer to recover unless Tapatio gets walled somewhere.
And hello, Roy Koopa. And
Roy's
Earthquaker.
But
only
he's
two
only
hit.
2 hits. Tapatio, fortunate. He got knocked into a corner, took a hit, but Roy did not. Roy was not very bulky, so things turned out okay.
So with that, Tapatio heads to World 7, which we now know is going to be World 1. So he's going to have a very fast World 1 here, most likely. And from there, it is on to the final.
Tapatio was checking, I think, to see if he had another hammer.
Instead, he makes the sacrifice again.
Used a frog suit, realized he didn't want to be a frog in that level, and just chose to take the death.
No, understandable there.
I think that's probably the right move. Trying to get P-speed to fly through here. Knowing that there's a fire snake there, he's not going to have anything to jump off of, so he must fly. And he does get his speed. So he will
He'll fly his way to victory and takes another end card.
And there was a one of those bomb fire snakes in the hiding in the
Another end card.
Hiding in the victory.
And he's going to clear it and get one more hammer.
No, he
thought about it.
No, he doesn't have a hammer. He doesn't. I was wrong. It's not every star is a hammer. Is necessarily a hammer, or maybe the hammer was the up, and I was just wrong.
Yeah, it could be. Either way, he's still going to blaze through this stage here, no problem.
I had thought, based on the order of the items, that it meant that the star was the hammer, but I think the one-up was the hammer. And Classic Gamer finishing World 6. So he's actually not far behind.
Ooh, clever use of the leaf there to glide underneath the swamp, so that saved him a bit of time.
A braver man than I. And better.
Yeah. I would have never considered doing that, but he pulled it off beautifully. And that saved him a lot of time to that fortress.
I know that it's possible to do that, but I always choose not to. I choose to deal with the thwomps. Okay, Tapatio is heading to a desert level. This level normally is the sand level. It normally is the introduction to everyone's favorite Mario 3 enemy, the Angry Sun.
And we didn't notice this, but somehow out of nowhere, I think Classic Gamer did use his hammer. He's now in the lead. He's in World 1-6, handling this tank stage. He is taking the lead out of nowhere.
Classic Gamer, I think, must have saved a hammer somewhere.
He had to have. That's the only way that could have happened. But holy cow. I told you, folks. This when it comes to randomizers like this, it ain't over until you see it not done, and this is why we say that because the lead can change in an instant. Takes out the hammer brother, the boomerang brother, and gets. Oh, there's his hammer back.
So World 8's going to be interesting.
This is anybody's race here, folks.
Tap is wishing that he had gotten hammers.
Oh, and a cloud to boot.
So World 8's going to be very interesting.
And yeah, I think I agree with our restreamer Wolfman here. But how close these guys are, it's going to come down to execution here.
Well, they've got a hammer and a cloud, so there's not going to be many levels. Even if 8 turns out to be a maze, it's not going to be a very long one, I would imagine. Classic Gamer finishing, and right behind him is Tapatio. Macabre doing a nice little. Macabre didn't appear to do this skip on one of the 2 possible skip levels. He did a fancy jump to finish it up, though.
Yep, and Paradox actually right behind them now. He's on the airship in World 1 and using the cloud to skip a level, so he's right behind our 2 main runners. Oh, here we are in World 8. And it looks like Classic Gamer is going to try for another skip here. Can he get it? And Tapatio is going to say, screw it. He's just going to go the long way around. And finally, the Classic Gamer going to agree with him.
So Tapatio takes a tiny bit of a lead.
Although Classic Gamer reroutes it.
Classic Gamer chooses to take the ground over.
We got to sync.
They're basically even.
They're in sync.
And Macabre and Paradox both finish Worlds. Oh no, Macabre was finishing World 6.
Yeah, Paradox and World. But yeah, they were so in sync there. It's not even funny.
All right, let's see where the first fight goes.
Oh, it takes them right to the end!
Oh boy.
This is down to skill and execution.
And they both have a lot of items.
Oh my, this is down to the wire here, folks. This is insane.
Tapatio is having some trouble with this stage though. Going a lot when he got through that first area a lot slower than Classic Gamer did. Relatively. Yeah,
Classic's gonna be able to finish Boom Boom first, so he's gonna be the first one to make it to Bowser's Castle. If he can pull off, and he's still got several Hammer Brothers suits in tow, so he's gonna go in there armed and ready for battle. As long as he does not lose that Hammer Brothers suit, he could easily win this race in no time. That is the trick. Can he pull it off? Let's see. Gonna head up here, take the way down. Just got to dodge a few obstacles on the way. Thankfully, he's got the Hammer Brothers suit still, so he can take out that boo. Just watch out for those discs. And he's going to take the shortcut.
Dodging a waffle.
Can he get to the upper path? Yes, he does. Now he's just going to dodge a few lasers.
And some oncoming fireballs.
He can hold on to it for a couple more steps. He can go into Bowser with Hammer Brothers, and this game is all but over. This is it, folks. Takes out the big guy!
Yeah. What a comeback for Classic Gamer. We were sitting here thinking Classic Gamer was in trouble. He was probably sitting there going, I'm fine. I've got hammers. Classic Gamer finishes in a time of 45 minutes exactly.
By the second. And Tapatio right behind him with only an 18-second difference, finishing in second place with a time of 45:18. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. Give these guys a GG.
Oh, my goodness. that has to hurt, finishing second among all the runners, and still being eliminated because you happen to be put up against the winner. An excellent race from Classic Gamer, who doesn't seem too happy with his with his play.
Yeah, he thought he had it, but then he sees Classic beat him by 18 seconds. What a race, my God!
Pro A 007 in another channel has finished now third with a time of 45:56.
And it looks like Paradox has just finished up. We're just going to wait for him to enter the door here real quick. And he's going to finish with an official time of 46:17.
Congrats, and Paradox, a very good time. Fonzoid has now finished 5th place with a time of 46:38.
And Tapatio joining us here at the channel. GG, my friend.
GG. Thank you very much. That was a close one. That was a real close one.
Yeah, you did very well.
Yeah.
But
just short. Just short. It was I thought at one point I had the hammer going into World 1 right there, and I thought I had it just like perfectly played, and then I realized I didn't have that hammer. So I thought I could like quickly get the card game spawn and hope that I get another one, but that wasn't going to happen, so that was unfortunate. I just wanted to play the card game one more time for the chance to get the random hammer there, but that was good.
Yes, I also actually thought on commentary that the star in the card game was the hammer, so I thought that you were in excellent shape, and then it turned out that I think it was the 1-up.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Because then when you switched to your second page and I saw the frog scene there, like, no, I thought that's supposed to be a hammer.
Yeah. That's that's the kind of play I was going for. Just try to get those items. So I'll play that card game. Knowing that it had a hammer in there, I'm at least playing at 2 sets of this. So that's my mentality going for that.
You made the right call.
Yeah.
But it just didn't pan out.
It didn't, unfortunately. And also, we should note that Macabre has finished in 6th place with a time of 48:07. So all 4 of our runners finishing up here with really good times, really. This was an amazing race to watch.
Yeah.
And Amaretta has finished in 7th place with a time of 48:27. But yes,
both Classic Gamer and Paradox have declined to join us for an interview. They've got too much going on in here in their homes right now. But nonetheless, still amazing. Like, this was it between you and Classic Gamer. This was close. You guys were back and forth that entire race. It was insane to watch. You have no idea.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I was like, when I got to the go mode screen, the final screen, as far as the overworld for World 8, I was like, I didn't think I was happy. I was happy enough that I got to World 8 and Classic hadn't finished yet. That's basically kind of my goal. I at least it's within the realm of a close game. And I lost against Duckfist actually in the tournament in the quarterfinal, our 3rd match. I guess I was ahead by a minute or a minute and a half going into World 8. And I just played it so badly that Duckfist caught up and beat me in that 3rd match. So I know there's always like that wish, that chance that you can make up some time there if the pipes are really screwing with you. But then it was go mode immediately, and so I was pretty pumped. I was very happy. I was like, oh snap, I'm entering Bowser's, and nobody's finished yet. I was pretty surprised by that. I don't rate myself that good of a Mario 3 runner. I dabble. I got I did the little 100%, little any percent, no wrong warp before the randomizer, but the randomizer has been so fun to play. So I really have been getting into it, and I'm happy that it was as close as it was.
Yeah, no, you played very well. It's just
Classic's Classic. He's pretty damn good.
Thinking you had one more hammer than you did. just a couple missed jumps, that can be the difference.
Yep. Yeah, I know I don't play the levels as fast as, as far as like really hitting some of the lines, keeping your P speed. Sometimes for me, it's just get through the level, and I just kind of get through my kind of chump way. But it usually nets me pretty well, as far as results. I think I only really, as far as like bad deaths, I think I took maybe 1 or 2. So
make no mistake, I can hardly criticize you for going slow. You.
And Macabre now joining us here in the channel. GG, my friend.
GG. Yeah, that was going well until Ward 3 there for me.
Hey, you still managed to finish, so that's still impressive.
Yeah, that was a train wreck. Oh my gosh.
Not only did you finish, but I mean, you finished in 6th place. You didn't do too bad.
Yeah, I think Mustard would have crushed me though if he was here. Yeah.
But hey, you know what? Just you finished, you get to move on. You're good to go. And again, this tournament, you're facing a lot of tough players. To even finish in the top 10 is really impressive. So don't count yourself out, my friend.
Yeah, thanks.
So how did you guys feel about the seed overall in terms of like how the levels were laid out and what levels you had to deal with and stuff like that? How did you guys feel about that?
I know for me, like Macabre brought up, that World 3, I was so relieved I made the right play on that. I used that hammer on the second fort lock. And I'm like, if this doesn't work out and the other side's lock, I'm going through the other side for the lock pipe. I'm really, I'm adding a couple levels to World 3 right there. But I've been screwed so many times by the double pipes on past the first fort on that world that I decided to roll the dice, and I was lucky that it panned out. There's so many times where it's gone the other way. So, 50/50.
Well, there was a 1 in 3 chance of it turning out really good, and a 1 in 3 chance of it turning out very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if it had opened up to the empty pipe near the first fortress, then you just do a fortress.
Yeah.
You lose a level.
Yeah, and only having the one hammer there, I almost thought when I got into World 3, I actually, because you can see, this is a common thing, I miscount how many hammers and clouds that I have. I thought I had 2 hammers actually going into 3, so I'm like, okay, maybe I could do a double hammer in World 3 if I really need to. But then I realized upon looking at my inventory, I just had the 1, so I'm like, all right, I'll take this gamble. Yeah, World 7, I know I could have played that better. I threw myself for a little bit of a loop on that one. Luckily, I was able to get out with the hammer that I had. But
yeah, I eventually found the pipe with the lock, and so I just used my hammer there and went on my way.
All right, so any final thoughts from you guys before we wrap this up?
This is a lot of fun. I really appreciate Shift putting this, or Slash putting this on. Just kind of, it's always fun seeing kind of where you stack up. I was really happy with how I ran this second one, but I just ran into Classic. So we just finished 1 and 2, and unfortunately 2 is not good enough, right, for that pairing. What are you gonna do? Like, seriously, what are you gonna do with that? Like, I was like, and in 15 seconds away, like that's literally like me just fumbling around my inventory a little bit or something. So maybe I just gotta clean that up on my end. Honestly, like a little something there, a little something here, and you make up 15 seconds really easy in this game. So
just remember how many hammers you have.
Yes. Seriously, if I just remembered how many hammers I had, I'd probably say 15 seconds.
I mean,
we might tie,
I mean, I had no pressure other than just watching you, and I didn't know how many hammers you had, and I didn't know that Classic had a hammer. So clearly,
good stuff though. This is so much fun.
It's fun for us to watch too. So again, GG to both of you. Macabre, don't go too far because you've got another race coming up in the pretty soon. So you need to be ready for that.
Don't let Windows update. Don't restart your computer.
Yeah, just don't do that. I think you'll be fine. But and Tapatio, again, good job to you. Hopefully, we'll see you in future tournaments. Definitely hope to see you again.
Oh, I'll be popping in. I gotta get in the weeklies more. I've only been to a couple, so I gotta get in.
Everyone needs to get in the weeklies.
That's right.
Amen to that. But folks, you guys don't go too far because we'll be back again not too long from now for our next set of runs. This tournament has only just begun, folks, so don't go anywhere. Hopefully you guys enjoy. And make sure you give all 4 of our runners here, Tapatio, Classic Gamer, Macabre, and Paradox, a follow on Twitter, on Twitch. And of course, shout out to my to our restreamer and tracker Wolfman 2000, and of course myself and my co-commentator Great White Hope. Hope, pleasure working with you, sir.
Yeah, it was wonderful. This was a blast.
And for you folks at home, make sure you follow all of us and make sure you follow all of our channels, RandoMania 1 through 4, to follow this tournament and more. So many races going on, you don't want to miss out. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys stick around. My name is The Shades, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock on!